Hi everyone, I would like to explain the guidelines for your Finding Aids project. As you know that for current semester, you have to provide a Finding Aids book related to any Sultanate archive in the Malaysia. Here is the first page after the cover page of your Finding Aids book. So the first one will be your topic. As I mentioned, current semester you have to choose any archive that related to our Sultanate in Malaysia. So here is the font size. I already stated here you have to follow. The font type is any, but it must be appropriate, okay? And the next one will be the faculty address, and it should be in size 12. Again, any type of font. So the first issue 2020/copyright. Since we are still in 2020, so you have to put 2020. As indicated here, each of these publications shall not be reproduced, stored for production, or transformed to another form, either by electronic means, mechanics, photograph, recording, and otherwise without the written permission of the Faculty of Information Management. Okay, here must be bold. The next one, advisor. So you have to put the dean of our faculty, Professor Dr. Suhaimi Zakaria. The next one, editor, your lecturer. Okay, who is your lecturer? And then compiler. Compiler would be you and your team members. So how you want to list here, of course, you have to follow alphabetical order, even though Muhammad Ali Mikhail do more compared to the Faliana Idris. Okay, so you have to arrange according to the alphabetical order. Okay, alphabetically order. So here are some logos that you have to put. Okay, faculty logo, the UiTM logo, iSchools, as well as our faculty website address. Okay. So after this first page, you have to provide acknowledgement. For the acknowledgement, you have to acknowledge reference and access section of National Archives of Malaysia. Since all the archival materials we have to obtain from the online Finding Aids. Okay, so it is necessary for you to acknowledge them for helping you in producing this Finding Aids book. So the next one will be the page for explanatory notes, where these explanatory notes explain about what are the collection types that you used in order to complete these Finding Aids books. As for example, the list of available materials include records that related to a collections of types of images, newspapers, television series, commercial, cartographic records, and many more. Bear in your mind, you only have to state what are the collections that you managed to obtain from the online Finding Aids. If let's say you don't have images, you shouldn't put images here. Again, it must be depends on the collection that you get it from the online Finding Aids. So the next one, you should also state that the content of this Finding Aid is based on the materials available in the National Archives of Malaysia. Okay, for this part, there are three things that you have to look at. The first one will be your topic. Okay, the next one will be your types of collection. archival collections. And the next one, you have to mention the materials that are available in the National Archives of Malaysia. The next one, abbreviations. Okay, these abbreviations is represent a short name, also known as acronyms. Okay, so here is the example. GFH stand for Global Flying Hospitals, NAM, National Archives of Malaysia, and the last one is RMF, Royal Malaysian Air Force. Okay, here again you have to list according to alphabetical order. So how are you going to derive, how are you going to get this abbreviation? Of course, it must be based on your project. If in your Finding Aids books have these kind of abbreviations, you should put it in the abbreviations page. Okay, so next. Okay, it is compulsory for all group members, for all groups to provide at least 5 chapters in their Finding Aids book. Okay, as can you see here, this one is example for school in Malaysia. So I give example of this topic, which is alumni associations. So the content about this chapter, of course, it should be all the information that related to these alumni associations to that particular school. Okay, this one is the first chapter. So again, as I mentioned, you need to provide at least 5 chapters. Essay or lengthy informations about the picture. Only has the picture for this page. Okay, next one. Okay, list of archival materials. List of archival materials is the materials that you obtain it from the online Finding Aids. Okay, so here are the example. If the materials type is under file, so you have to put under file like this. If let's say it's not file, maybe magazine or document, so you have to put another page. Alright, so how are you list the list the session number? You have to follow the chronological order. Okay, as you can see here, this one is the latest 2000, this one is the oldest one. Okay, next one. This one is the list of figures, where this list of figures actually all the figures, regardless whether that one is a document, photographs, poster, and everything must be title, it must be captioned. You need to have the captioning for each of the figure. Okay, for example, like this, figure 1, Kota Ngah Ibrahim of Matang, TypeScripts and Mistraf, and so forth. So this one is for the list of figures page. Next one is indexes. Okay, these indexes is based on your project. Okay, so as you know that Finding Aids, it's used for word searches. So it is useful for the researcher and user to search for the one that they need to support their project or to support their research. So this page is one of the most important thing that you have to look carefully. Okay, so indexes or keyword lists or naming rules all play a role in assisting word searches. So it is very important for you to look at carefully. Okay, how are you going to identify what kind of the words or phrase that you have to put in this page? Okay, you can choose those words that usually means for the user, such as like people, places, and subjects, which are well represented in the holdings. Okay, for example, maybe you're finding it specializing in records of Kelantan Sultanate history. Okay, so of course you might develop a keyword list of their traditional costume, you know, their generation and so forth. So you have to arrange according to the alphabetical. So this one is a bibliographies. Okay, these bibliographies could be from any sources, whether that one is reliable sources or from non-reliable sources. Okay, and of course you should state also the website of National Archive of Malaysia as well as online finding aids. Okay, so that's all about the guidelines for finding aids project. If you have any question, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you. Okay, now